Perfect skin does not exist because the world will always convince you there's something to improve. As an esthetician, I am trained to find the problem. I'm trained to find the flaw in your skin to fix so that when you leave a facial, you feel better about your skin. You feel like you got your money's worth. But if there's always a flaw that can be found, even in the most beautiful of skin, does perfect skin really exist? What is perfect skin? It can take on different meanings for different people, though generally it's skin that's blemish-free. That means no acne, no dark marks, no blackheads, whiteheads, scars, or bumps. But what's a blemish really? A blemish is defined as a small mark or flaw which spoils the appearance of something that is otherwise aesthetically perfect. And boy, are we living in an age of aesthetically beautiful trends. Glass skin, the clean look. Not at all bad things, but they are typically shown on one type of person, aren't they? So who really gets to be perfect in this world? I find that even now, as I've continued my skincare journey, I begin to fall into that category of demonstrating these aesthetics on fairly clean and even-toned skin. And I often think about, what if I had started sharing videos sooner when I was really struggling with my skin? What if I had the confidence at that time to put myself out there, very raw and honestly, instead of having the mindset that once I cleared my skin, that's when I could start sharing videos about skincare. As a content creator, my style quickly became about the aesthetic, creating something that was beautiful to look at, soft, smooth, clean, visuals that were enjoyable, even now. Aesthetics give the viewer something to aspire to and want to participate in. So, as a skincare-focused channel, what's more aspirational than perfect skin? I waited until I saw improvements in my skin to finally start talking about it. After all, people do love a good before and after, especially when it comes to acne. And this was great, until it wasn't. People on a skincare journey probably wouldn't want to hear about relapses and pimples coming back, especially once you stated they were gone for good. People want a happy ending they can aspire to. So, I thought my skin had to be perfect at all times. But there's just one problem. Acne is chronic. I didn't know this at the start of my channel, or honestly until I began training to become an esthetician. Acne has no cure, and can only be managed through treatment. Depending on the type of acne, for example, if it's genetic or hormonal, it can last a lifetime. This means it requires maintenance and care to be kept at bay, but it is chronic, so it lasts a while and constantly comes back. Even knowing this, I still felt like a fraud. We demonize acne, even down to the language that's used. When my skin was bad, or when I used to have really bad acne. The issue with perfect skin is that once you've combated your primary skin concern, there's always another one. After the acne, there's the hyperpigmentation. After the hyperpigmentation, there's the blackheads. After the blackheads, there's the anti-aging. It's dryness, it's rosacea, it's skin tags, it's whatever problems we never noticed before that all of a sudden stand out so clearly. There's always something to improve. It's fine to keep up with skincare routines, but it shouldn't stem from the necessity of perfection. I thought once I cleared my skin, I would be happier. And it helped, but it never felt like I was fully free. My mind constantly questioned, what if it comes back? What happens if it's not just one, but 2 or 3, or a cluster? Does the self-confidence suddenly shatter? I got into the habit of waking up every day and looking in the mirror to check for a new pimple. This was my first thought every single day, and I would either be met with relief or disappointment. I mentioned before that I used to not be able to leave the house without foundation on my acne, but that wasn't always the case. I only started wearing makeup every day when people commented on my skin in a negative way. I didn't like having acne, but I wasn't as obsessed with it until people started making me feel bad for having it. That's when my skin became the enemy. And how could I be hurting myself? Here's my takeaway. I don't want you or I to place most of our self-worth in our appearance. Trust me, I know that's hard, because that's how we generally make our first impression on someone. At the end of the day, you have to genuinely like who you are as a person. You can be conventionally attractive, have beautiful skin, gorgeous hair, straight teeth, a socially desirable body, and still be miserable. My biggest misconception about acne was thinking that it would make me like myself more. And while it did certainly help me reclaim my self-esteem, what I realized helped so much more was genuinely liking the person that I am. That means admitting your faults and improving yourself, but not so much so that you beat yourself up for making mistakes. Cherish those moments when you do something out of the goodness of your heart without thinking twice. When you love who you are on the inside, for all of your good and all of your bad, you can feel free from the need for validation from others. And all of a sudden, those negative comments you may receive about your skin, or your hair texture, or your nose, or your body matter less and less. They just start to become white noise you don't even register. The person who once had cystic acne before she was made to feel like her skin was an inconvenience to others. The girl who didn't feel the need to cover them up because she understood her self-worth regardless. That is the person I aspire to be again, and I hope she inspires you too. It's a process that takes time, but try to hold on to those moments where you feel genuinely proud of the person you've become, and hold tight, because this world will try to shake you because of their own insecurities. If we all liked ourselves for who we were without comparison to anyone else, I don't think the term perfect skin, perfect hair, or perfect body would even apply. Perfection only exists when compared to the imperfect. If we reject the notion that our imperfections are flaws, then we cease to desire to change them altogether. We cease the desire to achieve unachievable perfection, and we stop believing perfection can be sold to us in a cream. I hope you enjoyed this stream of consciousness. Remember to still wash your face tonight, and wear your sunscreen daily in the morning. I so appreciate you listening, and I hope this video helps you out just a little. Please be safe and take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.